She sent the first message at 11 o'clock at night. "Hey, are you awake?" Silence. By 2 in the morning, she had sent 14 messages, called twice, left a voice note, checked his WhatsApp status. He had been online 20 minutes ago. Not one word back. Now, I want to ask you something honestly. Have you ever been this woman? Because this woman, let us call her Adaeze, she was not mad. She was not desperate. She was simply a woman who had never been taught the most important lesson about herself. And that lesson is what this entire episode is about. Welcome to the 12 Powers. This series is for every African woman who has ever loved a man harder than he deserved. 12 episodes, 12 powers. Apply even half of what you learn here, and the way men treat you will never be the same again. We are starting with power number 1. Not because it is the easiest, but because without it, none of the other 11 will work. Let us begin. Meet Adaeze, 27 years old. A job at a marketing firm in Victoria Island, Lagos. The kind of big open heart that made everyone around her feel safe. That was where she met Emeka, at a colleague's birthday gathering. Loud music, jollof rice on a long table. Emeka was not the most handsome man in the room, but he had this way of looking at you, like you were the only person at the party. They talked for 3 hours. He made her laugh, the kind of laugh that comes from your belly. By the end of the night, he had her number. For 2 months, Adaeze was floating. And then, as these things tend to go, something shifted. Messages left unread for hours. Plans made and quietly cancelled. Silence stretching longer each time. Her friend Ngozi said it plainly. "Adaeze, leave that boy alone. If he wanted to talk to you, his fingers are not broken." Adaeze laughed and immediately called Emeka after she hung up on Ngozi. One evening, after 4 days of silence, she broke completely. She called him. He picked up. She cried. She told him everything she felt. She gave him every emotion she had, all at once, gift-wrapped. And Emeka said all the right things. "Babe, I'm sorry. You know I care about you." She felt better for exactly 4 days. Then the silence returned. There is a proverb: the child who is not embraced by the village will burn it down to feel its warmth. Adaeze was not burning anything down, but she was setting herself on fire, trying to keep a man warm who had already walked away. Here is the most important thing you will ever learn about men. Men are sexual by nature. Women are emotional by nature. Our emotions are what make us extraordinary. Extraordinary mothers, fierce friends, powerful women. But those same emotions, when left unguarded, become the door through which the wrong kind of man walks straight into your life and makes himself comfortable. There are men, more than you want to believe, who know exactly how to use your feelings against you. They know when to disappear, just long enough for you to miss them. They know when to return, just warm enough for you to forgive them. When the drummer changes the beat, the dancer must change her steps. The beat has changed, my sister. Here is your framework. Step 1. Recognize the emotion. You know your emotions are running the show when everyone who loves you is saying the same thing and you are not listening. Your mother, your best friend, your own spirit at 3 a.m. They are all telling you the truth. The emotions are the ones lying. Step 2. Control your response, not your feelings. You cannot stop feeling pain. You are a woman. Feeling is your nature and your gift. But you can stop yourself from picking up that phone. You can stop yourself from driving past his estate at night. You can stop yourself from sending that voice note you will regret by morning. The pain stays, the action changes. Step 3. Treat heartbreak like a wound. If you keep picking at it, it will never heal. Every time you call him, you remove the bandage. Every time you check his status, you poke the wound. Every time you drive past his house, you pour pepper inside. Leave it alone. Step 4. Get busy. Get filler dates. Go on dates even when you are not ready. Not because you are over him, but because sitting at home with your feelings is not healing, it is marinating. A man takes you out, he pays, you eat well. You remember the world is large and full of people. You owe him nothing beyond your good company. And at the beginning of a new relationship, do not chase. Let him come. Men are hunters by nature. When something comes too easily, they do not value it. When something requires patience and effort, that is when a man leans in. The fire that is far away burns hottest. Be the fire that is far. Flirt? Yes. Smile? Of course. Pursue? Never. And here is one small powerful tool, the phone trick. In the early days, be the one to end the call first. At least 2 out of every 3 times. Not rudely, just, I have to run, but this was really nice. And then you go. What that tells his subconscious is this. This woman does not need me to fill her time. She is not waiting by the phone. She is someone worth chasing. And a man who senses that, he will chase. Let me bring it home. Controlling your emotions does not mean becoming cold. It means becoming the kind of woman who feels everything and still chooses wisely. A woman who cries in private and moves in public like someone who knows her own value. That is not fakeness. That is power. Your 5 things to carry from today. 1. Your emotions are your gift. Guard them. 2. Some men are counting on your emotions to control you. The day you understand this, you become very difficult to manipulate. 3. At the end, do not grovel. Heal. Filler dates. Journal. New habits. Time. 4. At the beginning, do not chase. Let him come. 5. The strongest women still feel pain. They simply refuse to let pain make their choices. As for Adaeze, she let Emeka go. It was not easy. She cried. She journaled. She went on filler dates. One was boring. One was decent. One made her laugh so hard she forgot what heartbreak felt like. By the 3rd month, she had stopped checking his status. By the 5th, she met a man who called when he said he would, who showed up, who made it easy. She almost missed him because she spent so long fighting for a man who never deserved her energy. Do not waste your fire on someone who is not even cold enough to need it. If you think what we discussed today is powerful, wait until episode 2. Episode 2 is about the weapon every single woman was born with. It has nothing to do with your beauty, nothing to do with your personality or how well you dress. It is something you have been carrying your whole life, something you have been giving away without knowing its value. And once you learn to use it correctly, men who once took you for granted will suddenly realize what they lost. That is episode 2. Share this with a woman who needs to hear it. Subscribe because we are only getting started. 12 powers, 12 episodes. By the time we reach the end, you will never enter a relationship the same way again. I will see you in episode 2. Ireo.